Hi, welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're a loyal viewer, subscriber, friend person. I am Carrie, the nosy housefrau. I am here on day 13 of Vlogmas. Can you believe it? Almost halfway there. Got my popcorn because I have a pajama party. I am exhausted. Like, I don't know when I've been this tired. Like, slightly losing touch with reality tired. I have my little Santa here, my Christmas pillow, and we get it. If you're a brat, you don't get toys. Nonetheless, I'm surrounded by my decorations, and I put up more decorations today and filled out a bunch more cards. In the last 2 days, I've sent off about 30 cards, and I'm caught up. I have 2 more that I'm going to answer. I've been responding to each one of your cards individually. Loved every single one of them. It's just put me so much in the Christmas spirit, in the Christmas mood. I was so tired I didn't know how I was going to vlog today. And then something happened to my friend and I just kind of forgot how exhausted I am, because this is important. A lot of you know one of my friends online is Metamorphosis Rocks. And she had a terrible thing happen just before Christmas. Her husband lost his job. And I have Roxana's permission to discuss this because I wanted to direct everyone to her Avid Diva PayPal. I believe it's Avid Diva. I'm going to put it in my description box, so make sure you go by that. If you want to give $1, $5, anything would really help turn Christmas around for her family, which they're all stressing right now. Her husband's grieving the loss of his job. He's a hardworking man who's dealt with illness. Roxana deals with chronic illness. And she was really looking forward to going to Texas. At first, she was like working up, getting in the mood for it, you know, and then she got in the mood for it, and now they can't go. And it really just sucks to suddenly, just before Christmas, lose a job. They have 2 words for that company that aren't Merry Christmas, I'm sure. But I really wanted to reach out and ask everyone to, if you can, give generously to help Roxana out. I know a lot of other people are going to shout out her PayPal, and that would just be awesome if we could all, you know, make a difference in their Christmas. I would just be really nice. It would make my Christmas to know that they didn't have to worry too much until they can, you know, get him another job, make arrangements. I mean, imagine looking for work just before Christmas and, you know, having your plans cut short like that. Family thinks you're coming, you think you're going, get all ready. You know, Rox was working out ways to work on her vlog while she was away, and now they're not going away. You know, they'd have to kennel their dog, and that's like $500 right there. So they're going to stay home and work on something else. I told her I would share that information with everybody because 'tis the season to make a difference, and what a nice Christmas it would be to make a difference in someone's life. So, that's that. And I was going to talk about something else. I can't remember. It wasn't spoonies again. I did like 3 videos on that already. Christmas will come and go, and all my videos will be about how tired I am. I want to do more activities. You know, and go and look at lights. Zach and I did go out and critique more lights. He's so funny. And I said, Zach, can I film this? And he's like, no, let's just have our moment. And I said, okay, but there's nothing I could do with Pat or Zach that doesn't turn out funny in some way, because they're just hilarious. Like, we went past this old building downtown Toledo called the Hillcrest. I'll link that information below. Big old building, and I'm like, Zach, doesn't that look like it was an insane asylum or something? Like, it just looks like an asylum. It's a really weird looking building, but I know it's apartments now. So I said, let's look up the history. You always hear the historic this, historic that. Or what's historic about it? So Zach looks it up, and he says, and here, this should be like a little nothing conversation, but he manages to make it hysterical. He's like, well, it was built in 1929. He's looking up all the information. And I was like, oh, it was built the year the stock market crashed. So all of a sudden, my son, without skipping a beat, he starts doing this old timey-wimey voice of a guy going, oh boy, I've got myself some prime real estate. I can't do it the way he did. He sounds like one of the old announcers, you know, just one of those old, you know, antebellum voices you'd hear on the radio or something. He's like, I've got myself some prime real estate in the middle of Toledo. Oh boy, what an investment this is going to be. Hang on. He's like answering a phone, and I can tell it's one of those two-part phones because he's got like he's holding this part and this part's to his ear, and he's like, what's that you say? I'm ruined? I see. And my other accounts? Nothing. Not a nickel, nothing to my name? Okay. I'm going to ask you to hang on for a moment. He's like, cheerio, old boy. Thanks for letting me know. And he like goes to hang up and just fixes his suit and jumps off the building. Which is like so funny to me because I don't always know what he knows about the world and what he doesn't know. Zach is a scream. I had to pull over because I was laughing so hard with just the voice he was doing. And yes, I know he gets some of that from me, but some of it is just him. My husband is very funny. I say marry for funny because before I met Pat, excuse me, I got like popcorn pieces. Before I met Patrick, I was with somebody for 2.5 years that I almost married. And we just didn't laugh very much. And I was like, I didn't know myself. I was young, so I didn't really know myself well enough to know how important that was to me. And I said, we're just not laughing. And I just, you know what, I need to laugh. And then, you know, when you break up with somebody who's one way, the pendulum swings the other way, and you date somebody who has that thing you think is missing, but in spades. And Patrick had that ability to make me laugh. The first time I met him, I didn't know he was going to remember me. And I saw him after that. We had met at karaoke, actually, and we had mutual friends. And after karaoke, we were all going to a diner, and Pat said, so if we go out tonight, are you going to order sausage again? And I didn't realize he even remembered me, but he made fun of my New York accent, which was thicker at the time, I guess. I must have, like, some words I say kind of like that, especially if it's late, I'm tired. I might say chocolate or sausage or coffee. And I guess I said, what I said sounded very New York to him, and so I liked that he wasn't afraid to make fun of me. And we stayed up till 7 in the morning, and I can't remember all of the specifics of what he said, but he would do these different voices, and like, you know, there was like German, some kind of German something balls on there, and of course he had a ball with that, doing like a German accent. Today I'll be eating my balls, and just like all this kind of funny stuff that I know my son inherited from him. And they just, I say marry for funny, because if you can make each other laugh, you know, even when things are rough, you're going to be able to do what's most important to me. I grew up in a great big Irish Catholic family, and humor is the main acceptable emotion. And I've heard somebody else say that before. That doesn't come from me. Could have even been Rosie O'Donnell. She also came from a large family on Long Island. In fact, people used to say I reminded them of her until she came out as gay. Then people stopped saying I reminded them of her. I guess they're afraid of insulting me. I don't know. But I actually have a friend on Long Island who's way more like her than I am. And I've actually heard, this is a little side gossip. You may have heard she doesn't enjoy a good reputation for being nice. I knew somebody in Hollywood who worked with her, this person from another show. We were on a set with him doing a commercial, and he had done a different show, and she had been on the show. He had some lines or something, and she was like, he's not funny. It's not even funny. She was like such a jerk to him that he wanted to quit. He was like already had his show canceled, and they had to work with her, and he was like, he was in like tears, and he said he worked with her 2 days, and they were the most miserable days of his entire Hollywood career. He wasn't a young person, so do with that what you wish. Because I didn't want to gossip, so you didn't hear it from me. So we went around and looked at more lights, and it turns out I never saw a lit up house I didn't like. I just like lights. It doesn't matter how they're displayed. I just appreciate that someone took the effort to make lights, to put lights outside. I actually do have some lights for outside that were given to me. They're like those icicle ones that I love. And I have a Santa, and I have some stuff. I did put out my, wreath thing, but I have to have my gutters cleaned and rehung. So, kind of like putting lipstick on a pig if I put the lights out, I guess. Whatever. I hope everybody's season is going well so far. It's early. It's only the 13th. But doing Vlogmas and talking to people and sharing stories and sharing letters and cards, even when I'm exhausted like I am today, that just puts me in such a good Christmas spirit. And so far, I've been really enjoying this holiday season. And by the way, if anybody sends me a religious card, that's fine with me. Got a lot of religious cards when my mother died, and I was completely okay with that. But I'm going to link below an archived video I have called An Atheist on Death that a lot of people liked, that was from my old channel. And my friend John, if you're watching this, I just love you so much. Oh, how long have we known each other now? Since 2007 when I started that other channel. You were like the Fugitive, and now I think he's Witch of the Black Rose. John and I have corresponded, and our friendship has gone through like years. And gosh, I've seen him through many things, and likewise he has with me. And John is just a great guy. I wish he would go back to vlogging, actually. But I'm going to link his channel below. He's fantastic. And when I started a channel so completely different than the one I used to have, John was right there, being my cheering section again and being a great, great friend. So I'll link that video. I may start my channel up again. It's really important to me to be respectful of all beliefs, And in fact, I did have on my last channel a lot of Christian followers just because they thought I was funny. So that actually made me feel good, because there had to be times where, I said things that were potentially insulting, off-putting, simply because I pointed out things that were illogical to me, even when I was a kid in the first grade. Get out of here, you're not. So, I was going to do another story. I have 2 other ideas, but we're going to go outside a little bit. I have to take you guys downtown and to the zoo to see some of the lights if you're interested. That's just something I wanted to do, is to go out and about and do other stuff. Certainly on a day like this where I'm wiped out, I'm going to keep it shorter and not edited. But I wanted to put in a push for Roxana, and hopefully everybody will support her. At least if you could send her a word of encouragement, I think that would be great. Go to her channel, like and subscribe, and heck, sometimes just watching somebody's ad all the way through is helping them. Click on those ads, people. Not necessarily mine, but hers for sure. I haven't gotten my first AdSense check, but when I get it, which I think will be this month, I think they process like on the 15th, I'm going to use that money for a giveaway, for the Christmas cards giveaway. And that's why I've saved every single person, every single name, and I'm going to manually enter those names, because there's not that many. Manually enter them into Excel or something, and then post them in for the random drawing. So there'll be more on that later. And thank you so much for tuning into my Vlogmas. I really appreciate all of you, and I will be back tomorrow.